Welcome to Sexual and Reproductive Health Rights with the Legal Resources Center.
So consent is an active agreement to be in a relationship or participate in any sexual activity with another person. So what active consent would look like is that you wouldn't feel pressured to give the consent, and you wouldn't be under the influence of alcohol or drugs in giving that consent. Very importantly also is that the Criminal Law Amendment Act sets out the fact that for one to give consent, they must be 16 years of age or older. And that essentially means that if someone were to participate in any sexual activity with you and you are younger than 16 years of age, then that is a crime that is to be reported.
Abortions are a safe medical procedure performed by a medical practitioner to terminate a pregnancy. In South Africa, we have the Choice of Termination of Pregnancy Act, so you can obtain an abortion entirely of your own choice. If you are over the age of 12, you can do so without parental permission. Between 0 and 12 weeks, you can obtain an abortion for any reason. Between 13 and 20 weeks, if the child will suffer severe physical or mental abnormalities, if the pregnancy is a result of a crime, if you can't take care of this child for your own financial or social situation, or if your health is at risk. For an abortion past 20 weeks of gestation, it's only if your life or the baby's life is at risk, or if the baby will suffer a severe physical or mental defect.
Gender-based violence is violence against women that causes physical, psychological, or sexual harm. Harassment is when someone's behavior is so rude and unpleasant that it causes you to feel scared. You could be scared about your safety, about money, your belongings, or even damage to your mood or feelings. Harassment becomes sexual harassment when there is a sexual nature to this behavior. For example, if a teacher or someone in your class repeatedly asks you if you've had sex before. If someone shows you photographs of their body when they aren't wearing any clothes. If a teacher hugs you when you are uncomfortable and it's an unwelcome hug. And if a friend makes sexual jokes about your body. Sexual assault, on the other hand, is when someone does something or even tries to do anything to you of a sexual nature using force, intimidation, or by threatening you, which means that you did not give consent to this. Examples of sexual assault include a learner forcing you to touch their body, to take off your clothes, or taking off their clothes and forcing you to look at them. A teacher threatening to hurt you if you do not have sex with them. Someone forcing you to watch pornography. And lastly, if someone forces you to have sex with them or uses parts of their body or objects to have sex with you without your consent, which is referred to as rape. If you have experienced sexual assault or harassment, or to prepare for the unfortunate possibility that you may experience this, we recommend that everyone prepares a safety network of 5 trusted adults. You will have 1 close family member in your safety network and 4 external adults, which will end up looking something like this. So, for a close family member, this could be a sibling or maybe even a parent, and 4 external trusted adults could be a teacher, maybe an aunt or an uncle, and in the palm of your hand you can still put God, a teddy bear, or even a pet.
So the first step is to tell a trusted adult about what happened. So one of my colleagues mentioned the concept of a safety network, who can be in your safety network. And for the first step, you have to apply that very same safety network. Now for the second step, which is with the trusted adult, you have to go and report the matter to the police. Now the third step is go to the clinic, doctor, or the hospital. Once you get into the care facility, the doctor or nurse will have to describe how the examination is going to go. Now, step 4 is counseling. So after a report on sexual assault has been made, a social worker needs to ensure that you are safe. And this is done by the social worker providing immediate counseling. Then lastly, we get to step 5, which is opening a criminal case or getting a protection order. Now, after the medical examination, the investigating officer will look at all the evidence collected together with your report and decide whether or not to open a criminal case against the person that assaulted you. Once this is done, the court will receive everything from the investigating officer, and then the perpetrator or the person who assaulted you will have to go to court and be questioned in the court of what has happened. Now, if the court finds that the person who assaulted you is guilty of the crime of sexual assault, then that person will go to jail. Let's look at a protection order. So, in the event where you do not feel safe and that you do not want the perpetrator near you, the trusted adult who has been with you throughout this entire journey can accompany you to the magistrate court near you to apply for a protection order. When the interim protection order is granted, the person you are applying the protection order against will have an opportunity to come to court to explain their side of the story. And if the magistrate, even upon listening to their side of the story, still believes that you have a potential of being harmed again, they will make the interim protection order final. Now, all of these steps, including other words from my colleagues, are in this training manual. Thank you so much for watching our video. From the LRC to you, stay safe and goodbye.